Hey, everybody, and thanks for joining us for our Tuesday night episode of Unscripted Sports Podcast, brought to you by BS3 Radio with Spreaker, and Northeast Streaming Sports. We're so happy to have you here tonight. You can find us on Zodiac with Roku, YouTube, iTunes, iHeartRadio, and of course on Facebook. And we love to have our viewers commenting, sharing, and liking our show. Make sure you comment because we love the interaction. You can find us Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Our analysts tonight are Jay McLevin.
Hey, what's up, everybody? We're good to have our boy Frankie C back in the fold.
And Frankie C.
Hey, what is going on, everybody?
Yeah.
Oh, shoot.
We're getting them back in. There we are.
I'm trying. There it is. Sorry.
It's all right.
Oh, there we go.
Frankie, see, you have something to do.
Did you have something to share, Frankie?
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, I am back. Like Jay McLevin said, I've been gone for about almost 2 weeks now. Before we start with our topics and everything like that, I just want to let everybody know I am not afraid to say that I was gone due to a slight minor of depression. I was going through a really hard time, and I just want people out there to know that if you're going through a depression and you're going through a hard time, do not be scared and do not be afraid to ask for help. There's people out there that care about you. There's people out there that will help you. So for most people, when you're depressed, you want to, your mindset isn't right and want you to take your own life. Don't do that. Do what I did. I talked to people. I had my unscripted family talking to me, making sure I was okay. Jay and Melanie, for most, they were making sure I was okay. I had family. I had friends. I had people that I haven't talked to from middle school that had a contact just to help me out. So there are people out there that will help you if you guys are going through depression. Don't be scared to ask for help. And you can always change it. The way that I came back and feeling the way I am, I signed up for a gym and I'm pumping weights and I'm going back to what I used to do. And I feel happy and I'm better and I'm back at a better place. And I'm back here with my unscripted family and we're ready to talk sports.
Amen.
All right.
Glad to have you back. We love you, brother.
Yeah, thanks for sharing. We appreciate it. All right, we got Logan Landers.
What's up, everybody? Hey, it's our first full cast show back in God knows how long. Everyone's here. Happy for it. We got a lot of fun, a lot of good topics tonight. Also, Frankie, in a little bit, a couple of months, you're going to have to change your name to Frankie Swole once you're in the gym, bro. I know you're going to be putting some pictures up there. We're about to put them on the show, showing off the gun.
Yeah,
so happy to have you back. Happy to have J Mel back. It's going to be a good show. I'm ready for it.
All right, we got Big Shaw tonight. How's it going, Big Shaw?
Oh, it's going. It's going.
There we go.
All right, let's go, Melanie. Let's get these topics rolling.
Let's get our topic started. First up, Kim Mulkey leaves Baylor for LSU. Jay, why don't you start us out?
Yeah. I'm sad to see her go. I love the Baylor program. And, if anybody knows anything about Baylor went from nothing to something at pretty much all of the sports. Women's basketball, men's football. They rose from the ashes, Baylor University. And one of the key people that did that was women's basketball coach Kim Mulkey. And in 21 seasons, she managed to get those guys from 0 NCAA appearances to 3 national titles. Now, that right there alone, I appreciate she built Baylor into that powerhouse. LSU is a lackluster program. She's going to go there and do exactly what she did at Baylor. She's going to get that recruiting going. She's going to get those standards risen. And LSU, you watch out. LSU women's basketball they're coming back. It may take her 2 or 3 years to rebuild. I promise you, McCulkey will build that program, and LSU is coming back. McCulkey, great woman. She's won at every level, every single level. In the men's, as an assistant coach with the men's basketball team, everywhere she's gone, this woman has won. She is a winner. She makes people around her winners. She is a big personality. She does have. She's not afraid of controversy. She did she did stand up for Baylor. Or defend Baylor when they were going their sexual assault litigations against the football team. She was there to speak out on that. But I tell you, man, she's got a big personality. She's not afraid to talk. McCulkey is just the creme de la creme, and I wish I could get her to come to U of A and do our women's program there, but she's going back to her hometown. She's going back to her roots. McCulkey, LSU, watch out. That team is on the rise.
All right, Frankie, what do you think?
Sorry, I'm watching the Yankees game. This is fantastic for her. I believe that LSU is going to be very dangerous next year, adding Kim to their coaching staff. She was fantastic with Baylor. Let's not forget, in 2012, she took Baylor to a perfect 40-0 season. She's fantastic. I think LSU is going to be a dominant team next year. She did make it to the Elite Eight this past season or actually last year during the COVID pandemic. Or no, this year, am I correct? Because we didn't have a tournament last year. So this year, I believe that they made it to the Elite Eight, and we're not shocked about it, but she took them that far. And LSU already is a good team. They just needed that coach, and for them to lock in Kim as their head coach, that's fantastic. I have so much faith that she's going to take LSU to a championship soon, and it's going to be fantastic. I can't wait to see her go to work, man.
All right, Logan.
Yeah, obviously a tremendous hire for the LSU Lady Tigers. I mean, Kim Mulkey is one of the best college coaches, let alone women's college coaches in the game right now. I mean, so far, Jay and Frankie have mentioned just what she's done in her coaching profession so far, and she's going to keep on continuing, I think. Because like Jay said, LSU, the women's basketball program, it was a powerhouse for a long time. Past couple of years, it's been on the downside with Nikki Fargas, who resigned this past season. Past couple of years, they've been, they had either didn't make the NCAA tournament or they got knocked out pretty early. So, I mean, it's been a while since they've been dominant, but I think that with a really good head coach like Kim Mulkey, I think this could turn the program around and, really help them progress even further into March Madness. So, I mean, if you're an LSU fan, I mean, hats off to you. This is going to be a good hire, and I'm curious to see how these women are going to do next year. Under this new direction and the new head coach. So props to her for going to a place I know she wanted to go and coach. So she's going to get to live out something that she's passionate about with basketball, doing it at a program she enjoys with LSU. So hopefully it's a match made in heaven, and hopefully they're going to get a championship pretty soon for the Tigers.
All right, Shaw.
I don't know why y'all so happy about this, folks, because it's going to take a while before you do. I mean, I know the basketball program better than y'all, so it's gonna take a while to get that ladies team back to where they was. I mean, it's not gonna happen overnight. It ain't gonna happen when the season start, because who's gonna beat Stanford? LSU can't compete with Stanford. LSU can't compete with UConn. LSU can't compete with Notre Dame. No, it's gonna take a while. She got to hit the recruiting trail hard. That's what she got to do. You got to get them good recruits to come to LSU, and they have to believe in you as a coach. But all that championship talk, not right now. Because, I mean, they not ready for that yet. They don't even got the team. They don't got the team yet. Nah. But it's a good hire, though. I like the hire. but I'm not going to start talking about championships yet. But matter of fact, LSU got a lot of they got some lawsuits coming anyway behind this sexual assault mess they got going on with Darius Guy. So it may put a little black cloud around the LSU program, but I don't see no championship right now because she's gonna have to build them girls from the bottom to the top. So she gonna have to get their recruiting trail, get on it, and maybe one day, it ain't gonna be anytime soon. Then we can start talking about championships and and stuff like that, but not right now. Not right now.
We'll give it a few seasons and we'll see how it plays out.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Next topic: Madison Bumgarner's seven-inning no-no that doesn't count. Jay, tell us what's going on with that.
Yeah, here's the deal, right? So recently they have moved double hitter games from 9 innings to 7-inning games. And anybody who knows, back in the day when they had 9-inning games, that was 18 innings a game. You went to the ballpark around noon, and you weren't leaving until almost dang near 9, 10, almost 11 o'clock at night. And then you had to get in your car. You had to wait another 2 hours to get to the parking lot just to get home. So Major League Baseball said, hey, we're going to condense it down. We're going to be 14 innings instead of 19 and have a more reasonable turnout. Now, with that being said, Madison Bumgarner pitched a 7-inning no-no last night. But it doesn't count because it's not a full 9 innings. And I don't think it really should count. And I love Madison Bumgarner. I love the style of pitching he does. But at the same time, 9 innings is still 9 innings. And, 1 inning, you never know when you can get disrupted. I will say this. In that game, if you watch that game closely, he was on a roll. He didn't look like he was slowing down at all. And he probably could have pitched a 9-inning no-no. But unfortunately, because it's a double hitter, he kind of got robbed in that aspect. But 7 innings is not 9 innings, and it just is what it is. But I will say this. I want to talk about a couple of things about Arizona Diamondbacks and just how special this particular double hitter series was. They allowed one hit in 2 games. 1 hit. That hasn't been done since, I think it was 1977, I believe it was. Or no, excuse me, I think it was 1992. I apologize. It was 1992 that it did. And I believe it was, if I'm not mistaken, I believe it was Cleveland, if I'm not mistaken. But it was only been done one time before where they allowed 1 hit. Now, in terms of shutouts, it was a perfect shutout. No runs were scored during that double hitter. That hasn't been done since 1977. So 2 records were broke last night. The first record was the amount of hits allowed in a double hitter. And the second one was the shutout. And there's never been a shutout in a double hitter. Or I should say the last one was done. I apologize. The last one was done in 1977. So it's been 1977 since they've had a shutout and a double hitter. And that, I'll tell you, man, that's something to speak on. 1 hit, no runs, and 14 innings. That's pretty insane. So I tip my hat to Madison Bumgarner. I think you're a great pitcher. I think you came out your first 3 starts. You're pitching around the 11.1 ERA, and you dropped it down your last 3 games to 0.75 or 0.075 on the ERA. So you've done great in terms of improving your ERA. You got off to a slow start, but you're picking it back up now. And I tip my hats off to you, the Arizona Diamondbacks, and what a crazy double hitter you guys threw out. I tip my hat to you guys.
All right, Frankie, what do you think about this?
It sucks as a pitcher. You do a no-hitter. On top of that, both games you do a shutout. But the no-hitter, it sucks just because of the 7-inning double-header game rule. It doesn't count. But to me, it will always go down as a no-hitter. I don't care what anybody say. I don't care what any commissioner of the baseball league or anybody's got to say. This was a no-hitter. I believe Arizona Diamondback fans believe it was a no-hitter. And even the organization is saying it's a no-hitter. So we all know it's a no-hitter. And just because of the rule of the 7-inning doubleheader game situation is ridiculous. That wasn't their fault. That's not the players' fault. So why they gotta, it's not a punishment, but it kind of is a punishment. You do all the hard work of not getting a no-hitter. It's really hard to go through a whole game and not have a person reach base or even hit the ball at that. So it's really hard to do that, and for to just scratch away and say, oh yeah, he had a no hitter that game, but that doesn't count. It wasn't a 9 inning game, and that's ridiculous. I feel sorry for him. But I do congratulate him, like Jay said. They both back to back games. They didn't allow the opposing team to score, so that was something incredible. And they're doing something fantastic. I see Arizona, doing well later in the season and maybe even making the playoffs, but it's way too early in baseball. We still got a lot of games left. I know Shaw's losing hope on the Yankees, but don't do it yet, brother. Don't do it yet. It's still early. But congratulations to Arizona.
All right, Logan, what's going on?
First and foremost, as an Atlanta Braves fan, I don't recognize this as a no-hitter because it was only 7 innings. And let me tell you why, guys. Because how many times have we seen in the 8th or 9th inning with 1 or 2 outs left, a no-hitter or a perfect game even get broke up? It happened this year. It's happened every season in baseball. So think about it. I mean, yeah, I get he pitched 7 innings of no-hit baseball, but that's been done hundreds of times by a bunch of different other guys too. So, look, like I said, it's not his fault. That's the way that they chose to help out with the doubleheaders and everything, and I get that. They want to try and speed the game up, but even though I don't think that, getting 2 innings is too much, that's not going to help increase your pace that much. It's 2 innings. If you can sit through, 16 innings of baseball with the 9 for the first game and then the 7 with this, you can sit through 2 more. So, absolutely. Yeah, it was. Those 2 games that they had, great pitching effort. Of course, 1 hit in 2 games, that's phenomenal. You can't deny that. But, I mean, they're just not going to count this because it's not the full 9 innings, which it does suck, but you always got to think hypothetically, though. What if they did play a whole 9, and what if someone did break it up? It's just we've never had to deal with this before because they just instituted the 7-inning rule. I think this passed in the 2020 season. So I mean, just overall great effort by Bumgarner. He killed us, but I'm not going to call a no hitter. That's just me. Overall good performance though. But
was it against Atlanta? They did it against Atlanta.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Now I see why you're saying that.
Hey, Logan. Hey, real quick. First of all, Big Ben Suttereth, man. I see you're watching, and we appreciate your support. Secondly, who got the 1 hit? Does anybody know who got the 1 hit?
Off the top of my head, let me see. I'll look it up and I'll let you know in a second, Jay.
No. I'll help you out. It was Freeman. Your boy Freeman got the 1 hit.
Doesn't matter. It don't matter.
That's it. Yeah.
Don't matter.
In game 2, yeah.
Man, what you got, Big Shaw? Let's go.
What you think, Shaw?
I mean, I'm not gonna call it a no hitter. I saw the game, but I was like, that's the rule. So I mean, it don't count. Y'all know it don't count, man.
It's a no hitter. It's a no hitter. It's a no hitter.
Thank you, Shaw. Thank you.
That man only pitched 7 innings. He gonna be all right. Y'all know there wasn't no no hitter.
Shaw, be serious. If it was Garrett Cole, right?
It'd have been a no hitter. It'd have been a no hitter then. But
that's the thing, though, right?
It ain't Garrett Cole. It ain't our boy. But it ain't a no hitter though. But if it was Cole, it'd have been a no hitter. If it had been any Yankees pitcher, it'd have been a no hitter. Any Yankees pitcher.
That's the thing, though, right? If you threw a 9-inning no hitter, like Musgrove did for the Padres, and then you see some guy come up and get a 7-inning no hitter, and you're like, bruh, really? You didn't do what I did. Right. You didn't go the full length that I went through. And how many games you don't get broken up by a no hitter in the 8th and 9th innings? I mean, it's too much time left in the game for something to happen to spoil it.
Frankie, Jay missing the point. He talking about something else. We talking about the Yankees. It was any Yankees pitcher, it'd have been a no-hitter. Well, we don't know what Jay talking about. If it was a Yankees pitcher, it would have been a no-hitter. No doubt.
It would not have been. Major League Baseball has come out and recognized that 7-inning games aren't recognized. I don't care if you're the Yankees or not.
If it was if it was the Yankees pitcher, it'd have been a no-hitter.
I just want to point out and say that at the start of the baseball season, Jay was nonstop about the Houston Astros, and now it's just like this. No Houston Astros coming out of his mouth.
Hold on a minute. I still live my Astros. We're not out of it yet. We certainly have a better record than the Yankees do.
Well, we're winning right now, so
we are winning right now.
And I'm watching the game.
Listen, no, they're not winning. You're winning maybe the consolation prize.
That's cruel.
I'm watching Ace Ventura right now.
All right, guys.
Let's keep these moving on.
Next up, Dodgers and Padres rivalry. Jay, what are you thinking about that one?
Man, let me tell you something. This is one hell of a rivalry right now. It almost borders up to, Boston, New York. But we're not.
Watch them out.
No, we're not quite there yet. But it is getting good. No, it is getting good. So far, the Padres are up in this series right now, 4-3. But if you look at these games are close. They're like nail-biter games. Like, they're not getting blown out in any way, shape, or form. Matter of fact, right now, the Padres have outscored the Dodgers 32-30. So that tells you right there that these are close, nail-biting games. Well, you already know what do we know? There's been 2 brawls, right? There's been 2 fights already. There's been countless numbers of other things like what do you call it? What's that? What's the word I'm looking for? That doesn't slip my mind. Anyway, the point is the Dodgers have nothing to prove, right? They're the champions coming into it. The Padres are still on the outsides looking in. Well, the Padres have everything to lose or everything to gain, and the Padres have everything to lose. I will tell you right now, the Padres are a dangerous team. These guys are going to be dangerous. I'm telling you right now, they're riding high, and they got to play 12 more times. The Dodgers and Padres play 12 more times, and I promise you, I'm sitting here right now, and I hate to say this because I'm a huge Nationals fan, and I'm an American League fan, but I can recognize greatness when I see it. And right now, the Padres and Dodgers series, everybody is watching it. Everybody is. Because I'm telling you right now,
better than Boston and New York.
I'm telling you right now, either the Dodgers or the Padres are going to be your World Series champions. Bar none. Guaranteed. Watch. Mark my words. Write that down in your little notebook. Dodgers or Padres, one of those 2 are going to be your World Series champion. Write it down.
Mel, please tell me. I know you're watching our viewers right now. Please tell me. I know it went from like 20 down to like 2 after he just said that.
Man, them views went from from 1 to 0.
Says Giants the only team that matters.
Yeah, what they doing?
Giants.
San Francisco rivalry is way better.
The Giants
are horrible, but it ain't this conversation.
The Giants. Man,
yep, you're up, Frankie.
Man, there's a reason we never talk about the San Francisco Giants, so we're gonna keep them over there at the Bayside. But the rivalry between the Dodgers and the Padres, it's a fantastic rivalry. I'm not gonna match on what Jay said with the Yankees and Boston. That's some ridiculous thing to say. If you go ahead and you try and match a team that has the same rivalry with the Yankees and the Red Sox, you're crazy. But this, I agree with Jay. This is a dominant rivalry right now. Normally it is the Yankees and Red Sox, or even the Yankees and the Mets for the Battle of New York. And this is what this is kind of is. You got San Diego versus LA. This is a battle of California. And this is a good rivalry. But at the end of the day, I still think the Dodgers are better. The Padres are coming up. They're sneakily coming up. But right now, the Dodgers are the World Series defending champions. and in order to be the best, you have to beat the best. I don't know the record right now on head-to-head between the Padres and Dodgers. I have to look that up.
It's 4-3. It's 4-3 in favor of the
4-3
Padres.
Okay, so right now they are one game ahead of being ahead of the World Series champs, and that's a good favor on the Padres' part. But once the playoffs come, we know the playoffs is a whole different story. The Dodgers and Mookie Betts, they're gonna turn up. Crenshaw's gonna do what he does best at the pitching position during the playoffs. But let's just hope that the Padres can keep up what they're doing in order to make the playoffs and at least meet the Dodgers to try and, change our minds and change the world mind that they're the better team. But this is a good rivalry right now. I'm not going to match it with the Yankees and Red Sox. That's insane, Jay.
Yeah, that's retarded. That's why you said that.
Hey, real quick. I want to, before Logan chimes in here, exactly. And Josh Bailey just put it up there. The Giants are actually in first place
So
with the Dodgers at 15-8.
Jay, nobody cares about the Giants.
Nobody cares about these Yankees.
Jay, nobody
cares about the $200 million payroll Yankees at 9-13.
Nobody cares about the Giants.
We don't care about
Come on, Logan. Go ahead and go, Logan. Nobody cares about the damn Giants.
Well, let me just say, I'm not going to compare it to the Yankees and Red Sox. You can't do that. That's a rivalry as old as all of us combined. So you can't do that. But I will say, in recent memory, in terms of just the heat between these two teams, like you said, there's been some fights, there's been some banter, there's been good games mostly. I think this is one of the hottest rivalries right now in baseball. I will say that because both these teams stacked on both sides of the field, whether it's offense or pitching.
He says y'all disrespectful.
It's all right, Josh. Hey, if the Giants keep it up, we'll talk more about them. All right?
Yeah, I still ain't gonna talk about it.
Nope.
Talk about the Giants.
Listen, the Giants only got one. They only got one shine, and as an organization, and that was when The Rock landed on a parachute on that movie San Andreas. That's the only one. One reason why San Fran is big right now because they were in one of The Rock's movies.
Oh, Frank, you're gonna have Josh leave the show. He's one of our loyal viewers, man. We've had him on the show a few times. You're gonna have him leave.
He shouldn't have done it. This is a new Frankie right here.
Yeah. Frankie is respectful.
The only thing the Giants got for them is that nice ballpark, and that's it. Besides that, the fans is trash. I hate the Giants fans. I can't stand them. All y'all got for y'all is that nice ballpark. And I will never say that the Dodgers and Padres rivalry is up there.
Hold on a minute. Let me clarify what I meant.
No, sir. I never say that. That's blasphemy. I will never say that. That's disrespectful, Jay. You know how good the Red Sox and Yankees rivalry is, Jay? Them fans take that rivalry very, very, very serious.
You forget the great Bambino who started that.
I'm about to say, Frankie's doing
No, I ain't done, Jay. I ain't done, buddy. I ain't done going in on you yet. How dare you, Jay? How dare you say that? Oh man, Jay, that is disrespectful. But the Dodgers, they've been shooting themselves in the foot. I've been standing up late at night watching the Dodgers come up and then lose. I'm tired of that, Dodgers. Y'all gotta do better than that. I'm rooting for the Dodgers, though. I'm rooting for the Dodgers to go ahead and beat the Padres. But back to New York and our Red Sox rivalry, Jay, you need to go back and pray and go look at that and go look at some of them classic Red Sox and Yankees rivalry games. They can't touch this. They can't touch it.
Yeah, I get it.
It's crazy. Jay's older than me.
I want to clarify. What I meant by that was the intensity that they had in this series was like that of the Red Sox and the New York Yankees. I'm not saying the rivalry is better. I'm not saying that.
Yes,
I'm not
No
saying, but they
series,
want that.
no
That's a
series.
pretty
Yeah,
heated
you dumb.
rivalry now.
Jay, next topic, please.
No
I'm gonna say,
series.
we got to move on, man. They're gonna kill each other if they keep going at it.
Oh man, Jay. Oh my.
All right. Next topic. Are the Knicks a true contender?
Now, hold on.
Oh boy,
Oh.
what you got, Shaw?
All right, Shaw.
Look, now I did say the Knicks was gonna be the team to watch. Now I didn't say they're gonna be no true contender because they're gonna get whooped. They're gonna get spanked. But I'm happy for the New York Knicks though. I'm happy that they're doing good. And Julius Randle is a monster. That dude is a freak, man. And RJ Barrett, I don't care what nobody say. RJ Barrett is playing not to go bust. Reason why RJ Barrett, we will always remember RJ Barrett is because of him and Zion Williamson. It's kind of like Carmelo Anthony and LeBron James. LeBron is the big brother, Carmelo the little brother. I don't care what nobody say. If you tell me I'm lying, I'm gonna slap everybody. But RJ Barrett, you can throw him in the trash can. But the Knicks, they are not a contender. They are a pretender right now because they're gonna get stumped in the playoffs. They're not gonna go too far. I like the Knicks, but I will say this: that's a true fact. Long as the Knicks is winning, the NBA is winning because the New York Knicks is one of the greatest franchises in the NBA. Got the Lakers, Boston, New York. When you think about the NBA, you think about the New York Knicks. You don't think about the Atlanta Hawks, Jay, or the Houston Rockets. We don't think about them when we think about the NBA. We don't think about none of the Atlanta franchises when we talk about sports because they like to blow leads. They're like they're going to blow the draft come Thursday. And I will say this much, and I know Frankie ready to talk. Atlanta, whatever you do, trade Julio Jones to the New Orleans Saints. That's all you got to do. Trade him to the Saints or trade him to Green Bay because Aaron Rodgers said he need a weapon. Trade him to Green Bay or New Orleans, please. And don't get Kyle Pitts. Let Dallas get Kyle Pitts because Jerry Jones already said it. He won't Kyle Pitts.
Wait.
Frankie,
right.
I'm sorry.
We're talking about the NFL now.
Frankie, them Cowboys fans won't leave me alone.
We're about the Knicks.
They told me to say it. Look, I got Cowboy fans on my phone right now. They told me to say it on live television so Jerry Jones can hear it.
They're going to have to wait. They're going to have to wait. Right now, we are talking to the Knicks Nation right now. All right?
I love the Knicks Nation, though. I love y'all, though, Knicks. But y'all not contenders. I love y'all, but y'all not contenders right now. Y'all not contenders.
Melanie, can you do me a favor and move Joshua Bailey's comments so these beautiful viewers can see my beautiful face?
I can't see his
Yeah, I
face.
put him up there.
Oh yeah.
Keep that energy, Frankie.
Man, I
And
keep this energy.
I'm
I
going to keep
keep
it.
this energy.
All right.
I'm going to keep it.
All right, Frankie, what you got?
I can't see his face. I can't see Frankie's face.
There we go.
There we go. Now you guys can see my beautiful face.
Yeah, I see.
Sorry, guys.
The Knicks, I believe they are good contenders right now in the regular season. I do agree with Shaw. They're not going to be tough contenders come playoff times because let's be real. We have the Milwaukee Bucks. We have the Brooklyn Nets, which, by the way, the Knicks did beat the Nets by 1. It was a really good game. But I do not see them beating the Nets in the 7-game series. No way about that. We also got the 76ers, and there's many more teams even under the Knicks that can even knock them out. For example, the Miami Heat, they can come up and knock the Knicks out. They're true contenders right now in the regular season to prove a point, to prove that they can make it to the playoffs with the players they got. And to prove that they can change their organization around. I give full love and respect to my boy Tom Thibodeau. He doesn't get the respect that he deserves. Let's not forget that he coached a Derrick Rose Chicago Bulls team. That guy, and they were amazing during Derrick Rose's rookie and early career time in the Bulls. Tom Thibodeau was great. He's a fantastic head coach. He's gonna take the Knicks to the playoff. Depending on where they're gonna land, it's between the fourth and the fifth seed. I would like to see them in the fourth seed, just to get a little bit of a home court advantage. But even if then they're in the fifth, hey, they're in the playoffs. I'm from New York. I'm not a Knicks fan, but I believe in the Knicks. I believe that they can make it far into the playoffs, as far as maybe the second round. Um, I know I'm saying as far as like, oh man, you're sounding like they're gonna go to the Eastern Conference Final. No, I mean like the second round. Excuse me, I'm a little hype right now because I've been, but let's get real.
What
The
that mean?
Knicks, they're not gonna make it far. They're gonna make it to the second round. They're gonna get knocked out. But right now, they're showing that they're true contenders in the regular season, just to lock in that playoff spot. And I believe that they can get that fourth spot. So New York Knicks Nation, let's chant it out. Fourth place, fourth place.
They might get.
All right, guys. Josh is saying that the Knicks are not true contenders. What do you think,
Oh
Jay?
my God,
Yeah,
Josh.
God.
here's the deal. I like Tom Thibodeau. I like what he's done with the Knicks. He's definitely turned that franchise around from where they were. Let's be honest about that. They came into the Phoenix Suns game at 9-1 with 9 wins in a row. But the problem with it is the 9 wins they got in a row were against 500 or less teams. So it's not like they were playing like the top echelon teams, right? So it's a little bit skewed. But I will say this, going into the Phoenix game, if you watch that Phoenix game last night, for the first half, New York was winning. Going into the second half, that's when they kind of let up off the gas pedal, and Phoenix came back and won it, 118-110. But for that first half of basketball, the Knicks were looking pretty impressive. They went to halftime with a 7-point lead. They were playing good basketball. So I think the
beat
Knicks
my
are
Lakers.
on the rise. Hold on a minute. I think the Knicks are on the rise, but they're not quite there yet. If you look at Randall shot 6 of 17, and Barrett shot 7 of 18. So, when you go up against the top competition like Phoenix is number 2 in the league right now, they didn't show up. If your two best players on your team don't show up, and let's be honest, Obi Toppin, that first round pick, they get what, 5-6 minutes? Come on, man. You're not going to go anywhere playing like this. You got to be able to play better against the killer teams. But I will say this. I do like the way the Knicks are going. I do like the way that they're progressing, but they have a long way still yet to go. But I'll tell you this, they're playing better than a lot of other teams out there. They are the number 4 ranked seed team, so you do have to give them some props. But, yeah, they're not – I mean, they're going to be exactly where they are, number 4 ranked team, and then they'll dissipate out of the playoffs, and we'll try again next year. And hopefully R.J. Barrett will figure out how to play basketball against the better teams, and Julius Randle will be able to stay consistent against the better teams. And hopefully Obi Toppin will come out and do something that a first-rounder should be capable of doing.
Well, you can't put all the blame on Obi Toppin having less minutes.
That's what he doing.
Let's not forget, I did watch you a couple of days ago talk about Obi Toppin. He's dealing with the injury that, took him out early in the season towards about maybe near the All-Star break. So he is dealing with a crazy leg knee injury. I'm pretty sure that's the reason why Tom Thibodeau is being easy with him, because he's still a rookie and he's got to worry about his top franchise player come towards the future time. But I do agree with Joshua Bailey. Julius Randle is a beast. He is the reason why the Knicks are where they're at today. I don't agree with that. Jay isn't right. I do agree with some things he say, but let's be real. The Knicks, they did beat a couple of teams under 500, but they did beat some teams over 500, like my Lakers, like the Brooklyn Nets. There's a lot of couple teams.
Do the Lakers have LeBron James? Do the Lakers have Anthony Davis?
It don't matter.
It don't matter. The Lakers matter. Jay,
the Lakers are right and left without the 2 key stars.
It don't matter because you got Jay, you got LeBron James. When you got LeBron James on the bench, still coaching you from the bench, you should still win. No matter if he's on the court or not, he's coaching you from the bench.
Coach is one thing, playing's another.
But Jay, it don't matter. They still be teams over 500 though, Jay. They be some pretty good teams. They really did.
Oh yeah, the Knicks
I'm
went on a really good
not,
history.
I'm not condoning the Knicks. I'm just saying they still have a ways to go. Is all I'm saying. I'm not chastising. If you heard me, I said, "Hey, Tom Thibodeau's doing great things with the franchise."
Listen. I need to go take a shot. I'm gonna get off screen.
Okay.
Jay's saying some crazy stuff. I'm not even gonna show my face.
And
Yeah,
Logan, you want to chime in on this one?
Yeah, I gotcha. Yeah, so the Knicks been one of the hottest teams in the NBA last week. So honestly, they had a 9-game win streak. They were on fire. Fans were going insane, flipping cars out there in New York, yelling in the subways. Frankie, I know you were out there with them. I'm sure we just didn't see any footage of it. But just think they're in 4th place. They're not even like they're leading the NBA in wins. They're in 4th place. They're just getting to a playoff berth, and this is how they're celebrating. So whenever the Knicks
reminds me of
playoff spot, it's going to happen. Whenever they do clinch a playoff spot, whatever it's going to be, whatever seed, I can't wait to see the celebration. That's going to be great. It's been a long time since the New York Knicks have been in the NBA playoffs. It's been a while. It's been a few dark years for the Knicks franchise. Who can forget Phil Jackson? Nobody. So I'm happy for him. Tom Thibodeau's done a great job with that program, with that team. Julius Randle's really emerged as one of a breakout star in the NBA with how consistent he's been each and every night for the Knicks. And I think the reason that the Knicks really got on that hot win streak and have kind of propelled themselves into the upper echelon of the Eastern Conference the last few weeks and months, really, is because they can play defense. They're one of the top defensive teams in the NBA. Doesn't matter if you're in the East or the West. I think they're top 5 in the majority of defensive categories, and that's what they brought in Tom Thibodeau for, is for that tough defensive style, and it's working for them. It really is. They're able to hit their big shot. They've got a lot of good players. They got a good mix of veterans, rookies, and guys who've been in the league for a couple of years. So, I mean, they are a good team. Are they a contender for the NBA Finals? No. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. They've had a really good stretch. There's nothing to take away from that. But they're not a NBA championship team. Can they be one if they had a couple more pieces and if some of those young guys, like you said, like RJ Barrett, if Obi Toppin, Mitchell Robinson, whenever he comes back, because don't forget he's been hurt. So if all those guys can really, step it up even more and really develop, or if they can get some good pieces in free agency, because they haven't really been able to get a lot of the big names for free agency in a while, just because the Nets are right there and they're looking a lot better. So I am happy for the Knicks franchise. It's been a while since we've said good things about them. I don't know if we've ever said good things about them on the show before. So I'm happy for them. And for the fans, congratulations. You're getting to the playoffs for the first time in a couple seasons. And like I said, I see that whoever they go against, they can get past the first round, I think. But second round, that's when things get iffy for me. So, hey, congrats to the Knicks. You're not a contender, but, yeah, you have a good season, though.
Hey, don't the celebration of the New York Knicks fans remind you of the movie Semi-Pro?
Yeah,
the
it really does.
And everything.
Just need someone to jump over or to fight a bear in a cage at halftime.
Oh, my God. All right, moving on. Next topic. Shanahan wants Matt Jones. Jay, what do you think?
Well, let's be honest. I mean, Shanahan, they've given him the reins. They basically said, hey, whoever you pick is going to be our guy. Shanahan, for whatever reason, really likes Mac Jones. And if it's his call, I think it's probably going to go Mac Jones' way. I don't think he's the right pick here. I still think Fields is a good pick here, to be honest with you. Trey Lance may not be too bad, but I don't know if Mac Jones is necessarily the right pick for the 49ers. But if Shanahan has his way, I think Shanahan's going to wind up going with Mac Jones. For whatever reason, he seems to be really impressed with him.
We stand on the 55 viewpoint.
All right, Frankie, what do you think?
Yeah, I've been saying this for a long time, a really long time. I don't know if anybody remembers. I've been saying that Jacksonville was obviously going to go with Trevor Lawrence. The Jets are going to pick up Zach Wilson. And I said the 49ers are going to pick up Mac Jones, and everybody was like, man, you're crazy, especially Shaw. Shaw was thinking I was insane. But I've been saying it for a very long time. Mac Jones is a very good quarterback. Is he good enough to start for Shanahan and the 49ers? No. I still think that they should stick with Jimmy Garoppolo. And I agree with Jay. Draft Trey Lance or even Justin Fields. But what's really iffing to me is why did the 49ers push away from Justin Fields? What did they see that we didn't? There's something that we didn't get to see that they did see. For them to just come out and say, "Well, we're down to two quarterbacks. It's either going to be Mac Jones or it's either going to be Trey Lance," um, and that's very specific. It's not specific. I'm sorry. It's very it's very iffy. I want to know why they're not going to go with Justin Fields, and if they don't, the real question is where is Atlanta going to start? Are they going to go and pick up Justin Fields? Because if the 49ers aren't going to pick him up, why should they? But I've been saying it for a long time. The 49ers are going to pick up Mac Jones, and I'm happy for that. Shanahan should do it so that way he can fulfill my saying of Mac Jones.
All right, Logan.
Yeah, so I think it was Shanahan who came out and said basically like, "Are you gonna stick with Jimmy after Thursday?" And he said something like, we might not even be alive after Thursday." So that if you're Jimmy Garoppolo, you're just sitting on your pile of money, ready to sit the bench at that point, because that's what it tells me. Because if your head coach doesn't believe in you 100%, he wouldn't say that. Let's be real, he wouldn't say that. So I definitely see the 49ers getting a quarterback. If it is Mac Jones, congrats. Mac Jones is a great quarterback from the Alabama Crimson Tide. You're getting someone who's played in a lot of big games, had a lot of big moments, and is a good quarterback who's coming into this draft pretty polished for a guy his age. But if they do go with Trey Lance, like you said, you're going to roll the dice a little bit because you're getting a guy from a smaller school who hasn't played many big names. So if I had to pick between those two, like you guys were discussing, I'd go with Mac Jones all day. Now, look, I get that Trey Lance has had a lot of hype around him, and he's a good quarterback. But I would way rather go with Mac Jones being a guy who's played against bigger teams and better opponents who are coming into this NFL draft, because there's a lot more guys coming into the NFL draft who played in the SEC than played in the FCS. So I like Mac Jones better. If the 49ers get him, I think that'd be a good pick. Garoppolo, I don't know what's going to happen to him. I really don't, because there's a lot of teams who already have a quarterback. There's a couple who are going to probably draft one. So he might get lost in the shuffle a little bit pretty soon because, he doesn't really have anything that's outstanding per se. He doesn't have incredible arm strength or anything like that. But he's a solid quarterback, but I don't trust him to really lead me to a championship because he doesn't have a big arm. And, he is a good quarterback all in all, but I could see him slipping, maybe getting to a bench role in a couple of years. We'll see. But they get Mac Jones. Get Mac Jones. Hey, props to them.
Why wouldn't they get Mac Jones, right? Like, this guy just won the NCAA championship and took Alabama undefeated. So I don't understand why he's even going number 3. Why wouldn't the Jets pick him up at number 2? The guy literally is a beast.
No,
I know he's not. But he just, he just won the championship and he went undefeated. Let's not forget he beat both Justin Fields and Trevor Lawrence.
That's true.
The Jets had their mindset on Taylor as soon as he came out. They mind made up. They don't care what Mac Jones won.
They're going to BYU.
Honestly, to tell you the truth, man, Trey Lance gonna be the sleeper. He gonna surprise a lot of people wherever he goes.
He's coming to New England.
I guarantee you, New England is gonna be either New England, Dallas, or Chicago. Somebody is gonna creep up and take that 4th spot from Atlanta. I got a really big feeling everything gonna start at number 4. And then Miami, I'm gonna get on Mac Jones in a minute. Then Miami, they got 2 picks in the top, in the first round. But it's gonna be a lot of freaky stuff going on come draft night. But if I was the 49ers, I would get Justin Fields. I would not get Mac Jones. I'm telling you, the 49ers is making a big mistake. If you get Mac Jones And if it don't work out, you need to fire the coach. You need to fire the GM. You need to fire everybody. But I'm trying to tell you, the best would be Justin Fields. But Justin Fields, I can see him going to maybe Denver because Denver don't trust Drew Lock at all. They don't trust him. And Lance, I can see Lance going to Carolina. So he going somewhere, and that man gonna be the better quarterback of all them guys. And Trevor Lawrence gonna be y'all bust. Listen to what I'm telling you. Trevor Lawrence gonna be y'all first bust, and then when he become the bust, and Zach Taylor, when them guys bust, y'all gonna say, man, did Big Shot say that? And I hope somebody recording this. But one more thing before I'm done. Jerry Jones is hot. He won't call Pitts, and he'll do anything to get old Kyle Pitts. He won't him. He won't him. He won't.
All right, let's not get Jay hype with the Dallas
right.
Cowboys and shit like that.
He won't him.
Yeah.
All right, guys. We have one topic left, and we have 9 minutes, so we need to hit it quick.
Keep it short, Jay.
Keep it
Okay,
short.
top 5 NBA teams. Jay, let's hear them.
Real quick.
Yeah, I got Jazz at 1. I got Brooklyn Nets at 2. I got the Suns at 3, Clippers 4, and I got my wonderful 76ers at 5.
All right.
Not bad.
All right, there you go. What you got, Frankie?
I got Lakers at 1 because once LeBron comes back, we're gonna win. I got Brooklyn at 2. I got Utah at 3, Phoenix at 4, and the Philadelphia 76ers at 5.
All right, Logan.
I got the Nets at 1, Jazz at 2, Suns at 3, the Clippers at the 76ers at 4, and then the Clippers at 5.
Well, the Clippers.
All right, Sean.
The Clippers not no one on my list. They trash. I don't care. I don't care how good he is. So,
My boy.
Wait, where's my trash meter?
I like Phoenix. I don't care what nobody say. I like Phoenix. They my number 1. Then the Lakers at number 2 is my boy coming back. LeBron will be back. Then I'm going with Utah. I like Utah. The Clippers are trash. Nah, Brooklyn because they tripping, but I got to put them at 4. They don't know where they want to go. And the 76ers. So the Clippers is trash.
I agree. The Clippers are trash.
Hot trash.
They're hot trash.
Mm-hmm.
They're like a garbage can under the sun trash.
Yes.
Like
Just nasty trash.
they're
Oh,
like raccoons in the dumpster trash.
that's right.
Oh my gosh. Raccoons in a dumpster.
Yeah.
And they got so
Now,
many
just remember that you will knock it out
players
of your
and they're
head.
still trash.
Right.
Oh, can I say one more thing? Patrick Surtain is not the best corner coming out in the draft. I'm tired of everybody saying that. His name, the best corner in the draft, is called J.C. Horn from South Carolina.
Don't overlook Caleb Farley.
If Dallas,
Caleb Farley's out there too now.
no. Farley injury prone. That man got back problems. That's why he dropped.
I agree.
J.C.
And
Horn,
the top
best
inside
corner.
linebacker is Frankie Cruz.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Top
Frankie was
inside
first pick.
linebacker of this year's 2021
Yeah.
draft. Wow.
All right, guys.
He's going
I
to go to
know-
the Patriots.
I
Dallas
know
dropped.
we have at least one final thought to bring up. Jay, what do you got?
Yeah,
What do you want to bring up here?
Hey,
Jay's
listen.
horny for this.
Hello.
Conor McGregor is my freaking idol right now. And I don't say the word idol a lot, but this man just sold proper number 12, which he owns the majority stake in, to Proximo Spirits, which if you know Proximo Spirits, they also own Jose Cuervo. They sold this spirits, or Conor McGregor sold that label to Proximo for $600 million. Now, not only that, hold on, it gets better because Conor's a very smart man. Not only does he get the $600 million, but he's also going to be doing more endorsements for them, and he's going to get money on top of that. So it's like the water fountain that just never stops spitting money. Conor, I love you. You did good. I hope you beat Dustin Poirier, but even if you don't, Who cares? Because you're rich as all hell.
Yeah, that's true.
I tell you, that proper 12 is good stuff, though.
It is good
Yeah,
stuff
it
because look how Jay's pumped up.
I'm about to say that's the most we've seen Jay hyped up.
Here, go Giants and Packers, Josh
Is he
says.
serious? Yo, okay. I'm done with Joshua Bailey. I'm gonna say this right here, right now. You like the San Francisco Giants and the Green Bay Packers? Oh my God, yo! I'm gonna say this right now. How does it feel to go to 2 NFC Championship games and lose both?
Not a good film.
Both to former Patriot quarterbacks. Both. How does it feel? How does it feel to be a San Francisco Giant fan and never make it to the playoffs?
Oh,
Well, now he did. He won the World Series with Griscom.
that's it. It's been close to 10 years though.
Jay,
And hey,
do me a
how
favor.
does that
Do me a
feel?
favor.
Hold on now.
Do me a favor, Jay.
You know about how does that
You
feel?
stay your Houston Astros feeding team out of here. All right, this is between the Yankees and the San Francisco Giants. This is between Joshua Bailey, the #1 jersey winner, versus Frankie Cruz, the #2 jersey winner. Okay, this is what this is about. This is what's going down. All right, Joshua, you want me to keep the hypeness going? Joshua, my energy for sports go on 365 days a
There
year,
you go.
24 hours a day, buddy.
Yeah.
That's
It
it,
stays
Frankie.
in me.
That's it.
The Giants, everybody know the Giants suck. They ain't going nowhere. Green Bay suck too. You got Aaron Rodgers, he crying back there talking about he needs some money. Man, sit down.
Here we
Win the
go.
championship.
There you go.
All
Keep it
right.
energy, Frankie.
Keep it up, Frankie.
He
Same
loves it.
energy. He
Yeah.
loves
Win the
that.
championship.
Oh, all right. Quick thoughts, real quick for me. I just saw breaking news: Floyd Mayweather and Logan Paul are gonna have a boxing match June 6th. The next big celebrity fight.
All right.
If Floyd Mayweather loses, it's rigged. If he loses, throw his career in the
He's
trash.
not losing. He's not
If he
losing.
goes too big,
Because this is what Mayweather
He's gonna
does. Mayweather throw jabs and he just runs around the ring. That's all
It's
he
gonna
does.
be what it should be. Yeah. Also, yeah. Check out me and Jay. We're gonna be on the Northeast Streaming Sports Thursday, 6 p.m. for the NFL Draft, doing some coverage over there. So check us out. Right before Unscripted.
Yeah, speaking of that, to all the Unscripted fans, I will not be attending Unscripted on Thursday because I will be running my own NFL draft show on Frankie C Sports on Thursday from the very first pick to the very last pick. So if anybody want to come down and represent your team for the draft and let me know how you feel on your team picking any player, come on in. I'm going to have Shaw for the Saints and even the Browns. I'm going to have my man Jay come in for the Cowgirls, and I'm gonna have my man Logan come in for the Las Vegas Raiders. I don't know why, but he's gonna come in.
Yes, sir.
Nobody really cares about the Vegas Raiders because they're not relevant.
Josh says, great show.
Cruel.
All right, guys, we need to wrap it up.
Football's back, baby.
Take us home, Mel.
Bring it on.
All right. So thank you so much for joining us for our Unscripted Sports podcast. Thanks, Josh Bailey, for always being one of our best viewers. We're on Zodiac with Roku, YouTube, iTunes, iHeartRadio. Of course, we're on Facebook. That's where we've started. Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we're sponsored with BS3 Radio with Spreaker and Northeast Streaming Sports. We hope you guys have a safe and good night. We love all of our viewers. Thanks a lot, guys.